Guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are reacting to Navy SEAL Congressman humiliates a weak professor. So yeah, I just like to see people who think they are smart look dumb. I just enjoy watching such videos. But let's react to one. This is a professor from Princeton. Princeton is a very prestigious university in America. I just hear about it in the news. As a Ghanaian, I know nothing about it except it's just one of the top universities in terms of business, I think. But yeah, let's go.
Ms. Dunn, after listening to my Democratic colleagues today, I, I think you probably had a decent idea of what the problem was before you came up here. But I think it's a lot more in focus now, is it not? I'm glad you had a chance to confront the problem today. We will continue to confront the problem, but I'm glad you got a chance to see it for yourself. Ms. Pearlstein, you said during the audio recording that the chairman played, one of the criteria for impeachment is serious offenses against public trust. Do you still stand by this comment today, ma'am?
As I've explained before, offenses against the public trust are instances in which an official is willfully acting for his own benefit or the benefit of his own power or on behalf of a foreign power.
Thank you. How is this border crisis that has been planned and executed by Secretary Mayorkas not a serious offense to public trust, Ms. Pearlstein?
Having read through the materials, I see no evidence that Secretary Mayorkas has acted on behalf of his own benefit, financially or politically, and I see no evidence that there is collusion or other cooperation or acting on
Ma'am,
behalf
do you
of foreign power.
see evidence of betrayal of public trust? If you need help finding that, ma'am, look to your right. There's two mothers in here that have had their complete lives destroyed, their families destroyed. I'm going to ask Ms. Dunn, has your public trust in Secretary Mayorkas and the Department of Homeland Security been broken?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Nobles?
Yes.
I think this case has to do with I think the impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas. I don't know if it's relating to the recent immigration issue in America. I believe that should be it because some people I believe that should be it. I don't want to speculate here, but I believe that should be like the frequent immigration that and they are finding it difficult to crack down on the illegal migrants and some people have been affected by this. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but I don't know the context, but let's see. Maybe it will come up.
Do you guys feel betrayed by Secretary Mayorkas and the Department of Homeland Security? You guys know his job is Secretary of Homeland Security. His job in his title is to protect the homeland, Homeland Security. Do you guys feel betrayed?
Yes.
I thought so. Ms. Pearlstein, are you familiar with Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution, often known as the Invasion Clause?
Yes, I've read the Constitution.
That's not what I asked, ma'am. I asked if you're familiar with it.
I doubt she's read that part. Even if you read the Constitution, what does it mean? Man? Do you know what that part is?
That
Yes.
article.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to read it. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and here's the point, and shall protect each of them against invasion. Ms. Nobles, Ms. Dunn, do you think that this Homeland Security Secretary is protecting these states against invasion? Is she protecting Arizona?
Arizona is not protected against invasion.
Ms. Pearlstein, after having me read that, do you think that this secretary is protecting the 50 states against invasion?
The word invasion in that clause is not in reference to migrants who are not trying to overthrow the government of the United
I said it. I said it, guys. It's in relation to the migrant issue in America. I knew it. I just knew it. Like I've been following the news in America more than I do in Ghana, because Ghana news is basically celebrities fighting over who is the prettiest, who is the who is the celebrity with the least amount of talent. But I follow a lot of American politics, and yes, I know that name. I know it was relating to their immigration issue.
United States.
Oh, it's interesting that you say that, ma'am. Very interesting that you say that. Ma'am, Ms. Pearlstein, have you ever studied unconventional warfare? Any idea what that term means?
I've heard that term used. I'm
What do
not
you
an expert in unconventional warfare.
Do you have any idea what it might mean? Go ahead, take a stab at it.
I would rather hear your definition.
Okay, great. Do you think in any wild and unprecedented strategy in the history of the world, one of our adversaries might try and send their soldiers to infiltrate our country using our wide open border, not putting them in uniforms, and having them come and present themselves in front of our Border Patrol agents and tell our Border Patrol agents, oh, we're just innocent immigrants. We just want a better life. Do you think that's even possible, Ms. Pearlstein?
I think there's a huge concern for these world powers like America, cause they have a lot of enemies. Like America has a lot of enemies, and now now that they have a weak border, I don't know if it's weak, but like yeah, people from my country easily enter America when they use the back door, basically. Um, I feel like so these people enter like Africans enter. The Africans are not a threat. Yeah, they don't look like threats, but they have people from America, people from Russia entering their country and like entering their country illegally, which makes it difficult for you to track them or know what they are doing in the country. So these people can even forge or engage in terrorist acts that you won't expect. Like that's the kind of thing that these people are trying to avoid, like how the 9/11 thing happened, like those kind of thing. They're coming to America and then this happened. So like that kind of thing, they want to prevent this kind of terrorist attack. That's why this kind of hearings are. That's why some people are saying, look, the current um the national security, homeland security. So homeland security is like that wing of the American security that guides internal, that protects the people internally. Then they have their other security services. But homeland is for like the everything that has to do with the country, like internally. So they are trying to change the Secretary Mayorkas because I think they said he's Mexican or he's Latino, like he's South American, but he came to America at a very young age and now he's rose through the rank. They are saying he's having a weak, he's making the border restrictions less or weaker so his people can come in. That's why they want to impeach him. And they are saying because he's good friends with the president doesn't want to impeach him.
Might anyone ever lie at the border? Yes.
Okay. So it is possible that tens of thousands, that's how many we're getting a day, right, ma'am? About 10,000 a day, 10 to 15,000 a day. Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of any statistics.
Okay, well, I'll fill you in then, ma'am. You're in the Homeland Security Committee. It's about 10 to 15,000 often, sometimes 12,000 a day. That's more than a combat division coming through our southern border from 160 countries, some of which are adversarial. And I'm going to tell you right now, unconventional warfare has been used since the beginning of time. These people aren't stupid. They're using access to our country.
Yeah, that was what I was saying. I've been watching a lot of warography and a lot of history, right?
To bring in individuals who want to do harm to it. I've been in the classified briefs. It's a fact, ma'am. How many families have to be ruined? How many mothers have to sit next to you before you come to understand this is an invasion of our country and he's in complete dereliction of duty of his constitutional oath to protect and defend the United States of America? How many, ma'am? Would we need to have 100 here today for you?
Impeachment will not address the policy problem you describe.
That's not a policy problem.
Yeah, if it's a policy problem, then impeaching him won't matter. But if the Americans need to enact a new policy, I think they should do that rather so that they can hold him on to the. But if impeaching also helps, yeah, it's their country, man. Again, Americans need therapy, man, including your leaders.
Problem. That is him completely.
Policy problem you describe.
That's not a policy problem. That is him completely derelicting his oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. I read you the invasion clause. He is not doing that, ma'am. He's in complete dereliction of doing it in accordance with the other laws that other committee members have read to you today. And I think it's sad This shouldn't be a partisan issue at all, and you know it.
Yeah, I think if your country is under siege, both Republicans and Democrats should have. This is the time you guys should come together, man. Like, yo, it's your country, man. Like, foreigners coming in there. I don't mind you bringing foreigners to your country, but if it's hurting your own people, why risk it, man? If they are coming there and it's benefiting your country, yeah, like bring them in. But if they are coming and it's going to hurt your country, like why? Like Ghanaians were sacked from Nigeria. That's the whole point of their having a Ghana must go back. Like Nigerians literally sacked Ghanaians from their country because it wasn't helping them. Like if it's not helping you, man, why keep them? Like I understand that you are trying to be humane and stuff like that, like from people from war. If it's going to hurt your country and your citizens, is it worth it? But hey, Americans need counseling. So, yeah, so guys, catch you in the next one. Peace out.